Carlton Palmer is back in English football with Grantham Town. When Carlton Palmer walked out as the manager of Mansfield Town and out of English football, he could not envisage ever returning at any level. "I was completely disenchanted," says Palmer. "It wasn't a great time in my personal life and I 100% was not enjoying it. I love football, it's inside me, and football has been my salvation. Whatever else was going on, Saturday would come around and I would go out there to play football. Wherever I played I always gave everything, and supporters appreciated what I did. Not once did they boo me. Then, as a manager, I was trying to do my best and getting nothing but dog's abuse, thinking, do I really need this? And the answer was no. Almost 16 years on, most of which has been time spent out of the UK, coaching at private schools, first in Dubai, and, for the last 7 years, in Shanghai, China, he is back." The former England international, a star at Sheffield Wednesday and Leeds in the 90s, is the new manager of Grantham Town in the Northern Premier League, planning for a campaign that starts away at Radcliffe Borough on Saturday. "I've gone back to my roots," he says. "I started my career in non-league football, playing men's football for Northfield Town at the age of 14, and it was tough, but it was the best education I could have had. When I went to West Brom, I knew I could cope with the physical aspect." Palmer can pinpoint the moment he recognized player power taking a firmer grip on the professional game. It was April 1993 when he stepped into the Wembley dressing room ahead of the 1993 League Cup final between Sheffield Wednesday and Arsenal to find squad numbers and names printed on the back of shirts. "I get it," says Palmer. "It's the most marketable sport in the world. And with that comes money. And with all money there's been a shift, and you can see it even among the supporters because of the costs involved. Take the Premier League, where it's £70 or £80 a ticket, hundreds of pounds for a parent to take 2 kids, and it bears no relation to the man in the street. Players are earning so much money that the supporters demand more. I think Harry Kane is a stand-up bloke, but refusing to go training? He is the captain of England, sending a message to all players in the English game that it's acceptable to sign a long-term contract on £150,000 a week and then force his club into a position where they have to sell him. I got a bit disenchanted with the way the game had become, but football has been part of my life since I was a little kid, and I can't imagine my life without football. At least in non-league it's still more aligned with the working man. All the players come training on Tuesday and Thursday because they want to come. I've got 4 players traveling from Hull, jumping in the car after work and driving down for training at 6:30 p.m. or 7 p.m, and they've never been late and never missed a session. That's dedication and desire, and it is refreshing." Palmer will demand a return to the old-school values at Grantham, including hard running in pre-season and post-match nights out. "I can't have sulkers," says the 55-year-old. "If we're going to do something here, it will not be done by 11 players, it will be done by the group. To be successful in football you need unity. I'm not talking about people who are happy to be on the bench, because I don't understand that either. But if you're not playing you need to be honest with yourself and not looking at the manager. When I couldn't play in the 1991 League Cup final because of suspension," Ron Atkinson said, "I can't have you sulking because it will bring everyone down, and I knew that. I was absolutely gutted, but I wanted to see the team win because I cared about my teammates and they cared about me. You've got to have team players. Too much of that is gone, there's too much me. A half-decent player is a multi-millionaire." Palmer has returned to live in Sheffield, where he remains a hero among the Wednesday fans for his role in the team promoted to the top flight under Atkinson in 1991, before going on to finish 3rd under Trevor Francis, qualify for Europe and reach 2 major cup finals in 1993. The global pandemic and its restrictions on travel forced him to bring forward his original plan to leave China next year. They adored life in Shanghai, but he and his wife Lucy decided now was the right time to move closer to their families. The new job opportunity came via Curtis Woodhouse, the former Sheffield United and Birmingham midfielder who was manager at Gainsborough Trinity until earlier this year, and linked him up for talks with Grantham chairman Darren Ashton. "It's been a whirlwind," says Palmer. "We've been packing up and shipping stuff back for weeks, and then coming out of quarantine and back to work, trying to put together a squad to be competitive. It's been hard for them at this level with COVID, with no income and no players on the books. We've started from scratch, but I'm enjoying it at the moment. I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be a chore."